Let's do this. Hi, this is Tarot Talk. I'm Auntie Donahue. I have different hair this time, so don't adjust your sets. This is just this glorious. Tarot Talk every week, we pick something in pop culture and we apply tarot cards to it. So this week we're going to talk about Twin Peaks. As you know, it has been rebooted or revived because everybody's coming back, which is very exciting. So instead of focusing so much so on who killed Laura Palmer, because we already know that, or you should already know that, real fans, we're going to talk about what the series might hold in terms of narrative, or how people are going to respond to it, or if there's any other mysteries. Either way, we're going to find a way to apply these cards to Twin Peaks and then teach you guys something in the process. So first, we're going to pull like an indicator card. Now remember, when you shuffle, there's definitely no right or wrong way. Shuffle until your heart tells you to stop. And in this case, mine told me to stop right here. Now you cut the deck into 3. Again, don't stress out. Everything's cool. You stack them up on top of each other. We're chill and fresh. It's a new motto for this series, I think. And we're pulling, oh my God, the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is a little bit bleak, but that's super appropriate, so let's dive right in. Again, we're using the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. You can use any deck that you like, and again, if you are not into this definition, you can research it on your own time. The 8 of Cups, stagnation and ill health. The 8 of Cups sends an urgent message to pack your bags and move on. There is no hope of rekindling what's been lost. You must start anew. This card also points to phases of illness and physical stagnation. This message could not be more clear. Nothing good remains for you here. Lift your eyes to the horizon and let your feet lead you forward. I have gotten this card in spreads before and I have wanted to walk into the ocean every time. That said, if we're going to apply it to the show, stagnation and ill health, it could mean that we can't rekindle the magic of seasons 1 and 2, which would make sense. Reboots are super difficult. They're very hard. Everybody ages, things change, our expectations change, the way we talk about television and crime shows has changed, and Twin Peaks set the precedent of like the dead girl in the bag who has to like narrate from beyond the grave. So it's kind of interesting to see how they'll be able to adapt now when we have shows like Riverdale, where teens and dead bodies have more of a urgent message, a little bit more of an authority. Also though, it could be, if we want to apply it to the show itself, the narrative, maybe Agent Cooper needs to pack his bags and move on, but he can't because he's stuck, because we have no idea what happens after, you know, Bob took him over and he smashed his head into the mirror. Stagnation and ill health could also apply to that. Anyways, the 8 of Cups, buzzkill of a card, applying to the show. Let's see what the past, present, and future holds. So, you throw this card back in. Don't throw it though, because it won't land. I'm not a magician, guys. You shuffle, we think about Twin Peaks, we think about how this is probably gonna get fast forwarded. Then you stack them once more. Doesn't matter which way, don't pressure yourself, don't freak out. So the past, the devil, Jesus. Present, the Daughter of Cups. Future, the 8 of Wands. This is really interesting because if you watch the Harry episode, we pulled the devil for him as an indicator card. It can usually mean addiction, a lot of like, you know, being in a bad place, being stuck in that bad place. But let's see what the cards say and then we'll figure it out. So, the devil. Addiction and negativity. Though it may feel frightening when the devil appears in your reading, this card carries an urgent message and must be interpreted with total honesty. The darkness of the devil card takes the form of addiction, negativity, or materialism. It can indicate an ugly relationship with a person or a substance. Identify this dependency and how it's holding you back. The devil's hooves are strong and relentless, and their grip will not loosen unless a conscious change is made. Free yourself. Okay, so obviously I don't know the cast or crew of Twin Peaks, so I can't read into any of their lives. So for narrative's sake, we're gonna look at the plot as our kind of like past, present, future thing. So the devil, Bob, oh my God, obviously, he's the force of evil. He's a demonic figure. He's responsible for Laura Palmer's death in the end. So past, of course, the devil, duh. What's the present hold? Daughter of Cups. Now, Cups is an emotional card. If you ever get a cup in a reading or your reading's really heavily in cups, sometimes that can be about how you're feeling, love, loss, etc., etc. In this case, the Daughter of Cups means creative and emotional. Creative energy abounds from the Daughter of Cups. She's romantic, artistic, and easily inspired by her surroundings. A true dreamer by nature, she struggles to stay grounded or to deal with any harsh realities that come her way. Conflict of any kind is very disturbing to this gentle creature. You could kind of say that sounds like Agent Cooper a little bit too. I mean, he's super bit by the book, but he's almost like this naive, big-eyed, very like idealistic dreamer in a way. He loves pie and coffee, like that's his idea of a really good day. We don't know how creative he is. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you read into Twin Peaks more than I did. But if we're thinking about Kyle MacLachlan coming back to the show, which I am constantly, you could argue that this card representing the present represents his comeback and represents Cooper. So we have Bob, we have Cooper as Cooper, not as Bob as Cooper, and then we have the future, the Eight of Wands. Sudden movement or change. The Eight of Wands strikes like lightning. It's a card of news, change, or clarity in an unresolved situation. You might hear from an old friend out of the blue or receive some surprising news that shifts the direction of your course. This card sometimes means literal movement on the horizon, so be ready to travel if the opportunity arises. So obviously, we have Bob, the possessed guy. Cooper, showing up, doing his thing. Future, sudden movement change, figuring out of a situation. Season 3 better figure out a situation because Season 2 ended off with him smashing his head against a mirror. So this is kind of a good thing if you're a Twin Peaks fan. You're not gonna get bogged down with like old storylines. You're gonna follow characters that you really like. Hopefully, and probably, there'll be some closure. That is how I'm applying tarot to Twin Peaks. You can't do anything about it. Or you can throw some stuff down in the comments. Please don't hurt my feelings though, because I will take it all very seriously. Tomorrow, / next week, we'll be looking at Baywatch and House of Cards. How do they come into play with each other? I hope David Hasselhoff does a cameo. I can't be held responsible for my opinions and hopes and dreams. Anyway, this has been Tarot Talk. I'm Auntie Donahue. Catch you on the flip side.